In this video, I will uncover 9 situations in life where the best thing to do is to remain silent, according to psychology. Here are 9 situations where staying silent is the best move you can make. 1. When you're angry and might say something you'll regret. We've all been there, so frustrated or upset that we want to lash out and say exactly what's on our mind. But in the heat of the moment, emotions take over, and we often say things we don't really mean. Psychology tells us that anger clouds judgment. When we're angry, our brain goes into fight or flight mode, making it harder to think rationally. That's why reacting immediately can lead to words we later wish we could take back. Instead, take a breath. Pause. Give yourself time to cool down before responding. Silence in these moments isn't weakness, it's a sign of emotional intelligence and self-control. 2. When someone is venting and just needs to be heard. I used to think that whenever a friend came to me with a problem, my job was to give advice. I'd jump in with solutions, thinking I was being helpful. But one day, a close friend stopped me mid-sentence and said, "I don't need you to fix this. I just need you to listen." That moment stuck with me. Sometimes, people don't want advice or solutions. They just need to vent, to let their emotions out without interruption or judgment. Psychology backs this up. Active listening, which includes staying silent and truly absorbing what the other person is saying, helps people feel understood and supported. Now, when someone I care about is upset, I remind myself to stay quiet and let them talk. More often than not, that's exactly what they need. 3. When you're being insulted or criticized unfairly. It's natural to want to defend yourself when someone insults you or criticizes you unfairly. But responding right away can often escalate the situation rather than resolve it. Silence, on the other hand, can be a powerful tool. Studies show that ignoring rude behavior rather than engaging with it can sometimes be the most effective way to shut it down. People who lash out often seek a reaction. When they don't get one, they lose their power. Of course, this doesn't mean you should always stay silent in the face of criticism. But when the words are meant to provoke rather than offer constructive feedback, refusing to engage can send a stronger message than any argument ever could. 4. When you don't have all the facts. It's easy to jump to conclusions, especially when emotions are involved. But speaking too soon without knowing the full story can lead to misunderstandings, false accusations, and unnecessary conflict. Psychologists call this the illusion of knowledge, the tendency to believe we understand a situation better than we actually do. But acting on incomplete information can make things worse, not better. Instead of rushing to respond, take a step back. Ask questions, gather facts, and make sure you fully understand what's happening before saying anything. Sometimes, staying silent until you know the truth is the smartest thing you can do. 5. When someone else needs the chance to speak. Conversations aren't just about talking, they're also about listening. But too often, people interrupt or dominate discussions without realizing it, leaving others without a chance to share their thoughts. Research shows that pauses in conversation can feel uncomfortable, leading people to fill the silence too quickly. But staying quiet and allowing space for others to speak can lead to deeper, more meaningful discussions. Next time you're in a conversation, resist the urge to jump in right away. Give others room to express themselves. You might be surprised by what you learn when you simply stay silent and listen. Before we dive deeper into this video, I have a quick request. Please subscribe to this channel for more interesting facts about human behavior. Thanks in advance. Now let's get back to the video. 6. When words won't make things better. There are moments in life when no words can truly fix what someone is going through. When a friend is heartbroken, when someone is inconsolable, or when pain runs deep, sometimes silence speaks louder than anything you could say. We often feel pressure to offer words of comfort, but the truth is, just being there is often enough. A quiet presence, a reassuring touch, or simply sitting beside someone in their pain can mean more than any well-intended advice. In these moments, silence isn't empty. It's full of understanding, love, and support. 7. When you're about to make a promise you can't keep. It's easy to say yes in the moment, to agree to plans, to promise help, to commit to something just because it feels like the right thing to do. But overcommitting, whether out of guilt, pressure, or the simple desire to please, only leads to stress, disappointment, and regret. There was a time when I said yes too often. I'd take on more than I could handle, convincing myself I'd figure it out later. But eventually things would pile up, and I'd have to back out or let someone down. And that feeling, the weight of failing to follow through, was worse than saying no from the start. Now I've learned to pause before responding, to sit with the request for a moment and really consider if I can follow through. Sometimes, silence gives you the space you need to make an honest decision. 8. When your emotions are getting the best of you. Strong emotions, whether it's frustration, sadness, or excitement, can cloud judgment. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to say things you don't fully mean or make decisions you might later regret. Psychologists refer to this as emotional hijacking, when intense feelings take over the rational part of the brain, leading to impulsive reactions. But taking a moment of silence before speaking can help regain control and prevent words that could hurt you or others. The next time you feel overwhelmed by emotion, pause. Breathe. Give yourself time to process before saying something you can't take back. 9. When silence is the strongest response. Not every comment needs a reply. Not every argument needs a defense. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all. Silence can set boundaries. It can show strength. It can refuse to give energy to negativity or drama. Walking away, choosing not to engage, and letting your actions speak for themselves can be far more impactful than any words ever could. I hope you found this video insightful. Don't forget to subscribe to Joyful Inner for more fascinating psychological facts that impact human behavior. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.